All right, welcome back to Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 128. Today on the show, we have new illegal immigration data that is going to blow your mind. Then, in Cringe of the Week, we discovered a new trend where trans men are trying to look like their wives. Very strange. Then, in Urban Decay, diapers and baby formula are being looted from stores, but the thieves aren't desperate moms like you might think. We'll explain. And last but not least, you won't believe who the Chicago mayor is blaming for all the crimes and violence. Hint, he's blaming us. All this and more, it's Fleccas Talks, the podcast, episode 128, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Fleccas Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Bradford.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. This week's episode is brought to you by our friends over at UNDERTAC. Most guys spend about half their day sitting. And like most guys, you probably know what it's like to be irritated and uncomfortable and having to constantly adjust your boxers. But UNDERTAC isn't your typical boxers. They're made with modal, which is like cotton but better. It's moisture wicking, antibacterial, and way softer. UNDERTAC is durable, ultra light, fade and shrink resistant, and the best part, they are 25% less expensive and come with twice the satisfaction guarantee of the competition. If that's not enough for you, UNDERTAC also donates a portion of their profits to organizations that fight human trafficking. Pick up a drawer full today. Go to undertac.com and use code FLECCAS20 for 20% off site-wide. That's undertac.com, UnderTAC.com. Use code FLECCAS20 for 20% off. They support the show. Everyone wears underwear. Why not pick up a high-quality America First product from one of our sponsors? Undertac.com is the website. Fleccas20 is the promo code. Thank you, guys. Now let's get into housekeeping. All right. Thank you to UNDERTAC for sponsoring.
Longtime sponsor. Excellent products. Thank you,
Show
UNDERTAC.
watchers as well. They know all the lore. And it's the holidays. Guys, get some people in your lives some underwear. It's like a bit gift and a real useful gift.
They gave us a promo code for Bonus Land members that was like Cabana or Rob Smith or something. So they're in on it.
Yeah. And everyone wears underwear, hopefully. So if you do, why not buy it from companies that actually share your interest and like the show you watch right now?
Wow.
Yeah. Good ad read. All right, let's move on. We have a very important housekeeping, one of our best housekeepings, one of our best episodes yet. I can tell you that now. I'm feeling good.
Now we got to hold up. Now we got to hold up our
We're
end.
going to hold up. As long as you somewhat show up,
Okay.
I got the rest. Okay. I swear. All right, we have a great show.
Stop. Please.
Best show maybe we've ever done. Haven't done it yet, but we're about to. All right. All right, we'll start at the border. Let's start domestically, it's called.
All right.
Start at the border. We have some new data about illegal immigrants. Let this rip.
Stuart, we have new numbers, a new report from the U.S. House Committee on Homeland Security majority. They say the price tag per year is $451 billion. That is both for the housing and care of the asylum seekers as well as those known gotaways.
And the gotaways.
And the gotaways. So we don't know where they are, but it's still 450 bill out the door.
So 450 billion, which is 100 times the cost of the proposed border wall.
Trump just wanted, didn't he want 5? Maybe a little less than 100x, but
yeah.
Man.
He wanted like 5 billion, and all the Republicans, Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan, we can't come up with the money. We can't make it work.
Couldn't do that.
100 times. Couldn't make it work. Then we give 450 billion to these illegals. And if you divide that by 350 million citizens, that's $1,200 per citizen.
Out the door.
And there's a lot of those citizens that are kids, right?
A lot of the citizens who are actually taking taxpayer money. Yeah.
So it's like the actual like household cost is even more. And we also gave 200 billion to Ukraine.
Gone.
So we're doing good.
We're a nation deep in debt. Our demographics are constantly changing. There was new data that came out that just said 49 million people living in America are currently foreign born, which I'm still waiting on someone to explain why that's good. Why we want that.
Why we need that so bad.
So, yeah, dark times. Again, 2024 might be the most crucial election of our lives.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next clip. It's on the border as well. CNN went to the border to kind of see for themselves, and here's what they found.
The San Diego area.
San Diego.
There's a bunch of immigrants coming through my property. I do not condone this. I've asked the Border Patrol to stop it. I just have to allow them to go through my property. Where are you from?
Turkey.
Oh. All right. Yeah. You want to stop it? I mean, Turkey, right south of Tijuana. That's right next to Tijuana, right?
Oh, so you just walked across.
Yeah.
Turkey,
Classic.
Mexico. So they want to pretend the border's not open and then just basically ignore what you're seeing with your own eyes.
Of course.
It's like Wizard of Oz.
And it's like CNN coming to check out the border in 2020, late 2023, being like, oh, we covered it.
Yeah.
Like after ignoring it forever.
Exactly. Oh, Republicans want to pretend we don't cover it. We did it. Yeah, it's like they're all here already.
Yeah.
And they want to pretend. Don't ignore what you're seeing with your own eyes. Like remember in Wizard of Oz? Ignore the man behind the curtain. The guy. It's basically what's going on. So we have millions of people here illegally, right? And then millions of people pay thousands of dollars each to the cartels to get them here.
Of course.
What's millions times thousands?
Billions.
So the cartels now have billions of dollars, and with that billions of dollars, they have tanks, trucks, and basically a full army. This is a cartel. This isn't even the Mexican army.
They got new merch. Look at that.
Yeah.
Even the best police departments in America don't have that.
They got a whole... It must be fun for these guys.
Of course, dude.
That's like good living. Because if you're a cop, you have like certain set of rules. Cartel warlord, that's right underneath podcast host.
Cartel warlord, I don't think they follow the Geneva Convention.
Yeah.
I don't think anything is above them.
Like, oh, what's the torture rules? It's like, he's already
Anything
chopped up with a machete. No, we don't have to do that.
Anything goes.
Anything truly goes.
Yeah, so our side of the border, complete disarray. Anybody wants to come. Their side of the border, heavily armed warlords.
Let's see how this goes. And then, so they have their own armies now, the cartels do. Let's see how we're treating our army, a.k.a. our veterans. There was a story that came out from the New York Post. It says, Army Vet 94 kicked out of New York City nursing home to make room for migrants.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. Nice. Thanks,
Salute.
guys.
Hey, the VA, you wait at the VA hospital for, 3 months to get some sort of surgery. They kick you out of the place you're staying just for whoever. That's the thing, too. It's not like, oh, my God, this up-and-coming Mexican scientist from Jalisco. We found him. Yeah. He's got the juice. We need to get him to Harvard.
He's got the cure for cancer.
It's just whoever walked over from Guatemala.
Yeah, it's no skill people coming here. And it's like, not the cure for cancer guy, because they don't even want the cure for cancer. They already have it.
Yeah.
They don't need that. So that's how they do it. And all these people that come here, it feels like these illegals are really entitled.
Of course.
And they have like this real resentment for America. They're not coming here and trying to sneak in and like lay low and, I'm Tom Johnson.
Yeah, the days of being afraid of ICE are like over.
100% over. So they feel entitled. And
evidenced by the fact that they're literally sleeping in outside of the Chicago police stations.
And like starting fights and stealing from the cops. They don't care.
No.
So here's the scene at Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting. I used to go to this as a kid because my dad worked in Rockefeller Center. And here's the Christmas tree lighting ceremony.
Did they used to chant from the river to the sea when you used to go?
No.
They didn't.
No, we used to go 3, 2, 1, and then the tree would go.
Merry Christmas!
And everyone would go, everyone would be so happy. Yeah. And now there's Hamas people there.
Yep.
Here's another clip from that. They got a cop hat and they're burning it.
Of course.
So they respect law and order.
And then they got the usual 10 journalists per protester.
Yep.
Actually, 10 journalists per burned his finger.
Mm-hmm. So that's what they're doing. And then these people, a lot of the people in these groups are progressives who think that they're part of this resistance, counterculture, anti-white colonialism type of thing.
Yeah, kneel next to the ditch.
Yeah, they don't realize that they just get killed later. They kill us first.
Then
they go, all right, we got all those people. Now the fucking weird LGBT freak people, line them up. You guys are dead now too.
Yeah, once they reach critical mass, terminal velocity on political power, you're not part of their future.
They don't need you guys.
Yeah.
And then so the pro-Hamas thing I was saying wasn't just like hyperbole.
Mm-hmm.
There was a clip from the Oakland City Council where everyone's just saying that Hamas is good.
There have not been beheadings of babies and rapings. Israel murdered their own people on October 7th.
Calling Hamas a terrorist organization is ridiculous, racist, and plays into genocidal propaganda that is flooding our media and that we should be doing everything possible to combat.
I support the right of Palestinians to resist occupation, including through Hamas, the armed wing of the unified Palestinian resistance.
As an Arab, asking with this context to condemn Hamas is very anti-Arab racist.
The notion that this was a massacre of Jews is a fabricated
Dolezal.
narrative. Many of those killed on October 7th.
Thank you, ma'am. Your time is up.
Including children.
That's good. So we get it. So all these ladies are pro-Hamas now.
Yeah.
They go, saying that Hamas is bad is racist. And the Hamas just goes, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for defending us. We'll let you know when you need to be a slave.
Yeah, you thought the Me Too movement was something? I don't know what's coming for you.
Yeah, exactly. And also when it comes to these women with the Hamas thing, it's like, ladies, I don't really need your opinion on war stuff. Yeah. You're either too small or too fat for the war.
Yeah, we actually only specifically take war advice from men pretending to be women. Yeah. So we'll let you know when we need you.
Exactly. And also, it's like, you know, they're not going to be the ones going to war.
Of course not.
So it's like
the feminism leaving their body when the draft starts.
Oh, we need to do this and that. And it's like, what does that mean? I have to go shoot somebody?
Pretty much.
Pass.
Yeah.
So more bad news. Because of all this, people are obviously going against like the straight white Christian male angle of this country. And they think it's like counterculture and cool to pick up the Quran. So everyone's reading Quran.
I started reading Quran.
I just started reading the Quran.
So I've been reading the Quran, and I have a...
Salam. Good morning.
And this is why so many people are starting to read the Quran.
So I ordered a Quran, and I just wanted to show you how
These people are so stupid.
Inshallah.
Yeah. And Medic Sisyphus had a good tweet. Can you read that?
He said, everything about their personalities is F you dad. Dad is our culture, our religion, our politics, our society. Anything that dad wouldn't like or understand can be accepted, even celebrated as a form of rebellion. It doesn't matter how many contradictions are in their new amalgamated identities. What matter is dad would disapprove.
Yep. And that's what it is. And then when you're...
Rings true.
Yeah, rings true. That's like a teenage thing, to be like mad at your dad or to hate your dad or to make your dad mad. Mm-hmm. And then when the Democrats create a society that makes everyone perpetually adolescent, then you still hate your dad when you're 30 and now it's time to read Quran.
Yeah, the teenage rebellion goes all the way until 35 and then you're childless, so, you know, there's no reason to grow up.
Good thing these illegals are here to replace the population.
Yeah.
But it's not all hopeless for the whole world. Japan is for the Japanese rally. Check this out.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I think they're correctly reading the tea leaves. Yeah. That, you know, this is coming for every country.
And no one goes here and says, how come there's no Somalis? Yeah. We need some Somalis here. They just go, no, we're not doing that.
Japan is for Japan.
Yeah. Oh, no, do that. No.
We're like botching the accent.
All right, moving on. Page 2 of housekeeping. It's a very important housekeeping. I don't even want to tell you how many pages there are.
Then don't.
Make sure you guys tickle the post, help us juice the algo. You've been great. All of our views are going up because of all your guys' engagement, so we really appreciate it.
We've had a good run, so keep it going. Yeah. Comment 2 times and then comment what you really want.
Make sure notifications are on. And then also, make sure you guys are sending us stuff to the P.O. Box. I just got this, and Rapboy has one too, sent to the P.O. Box. I mean...
A fez? I don't know.
It's called a fez, I think.
Yeah.
I want to wear the dangler on this side. That kind of feels right to me. He's trying to take a picture of me. He's like, "Well, move it to the right." They don't want to do it.
Because I was on the right.
Yeah, but this is very cool. This is the kind of stuff we like. Someone also sent us candy. Very nice. If you guys send us anything, we're very grateful. We don't need candy.
Angela tried to kill us.
Thank you, Angela. But also, I can't eat a family-sized thing of nerd gummies. Is that what they are?
Yeah, gummy clusters.
Gummy clusters? Because it'll ruin, like, just think about it. If I have, like, a bag this big, like 3 pounds of nerd clusters.
And mind you, no self-control.
None. Once I have one, I just go until I'm full on nerd clusters.
Yep.
Then I'm going to, look back at my month. How was your month? And it's like, if you add a bag of nerd clusters to it, you can't have a good month no matter what else you do.
Yeah, it's a grenade. We also got some custom-made rosaries. I wanted to say thank you for those. Those were really nice.
Yeah, we love that shit. All right.
Swearing about a rosary.
Sorry, but it's very good gifts.
It was
Just
very nice.
No more candy unless you've already sent some. Thank you, but I can't do it. Okay. Jimmy Carter's wife died.
Yeah.
Melania wore a gray suit. And everyone's getting mad and saying, oh, you can't wear a gray suit. Meanwhile, she's sitting next to a guy in a dress.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama. Oh, this is not normal.
I didn't know you were going to say that. I just go, yeah.
But Michelle Obama's next to her, but the lady in the gray is not normal.
Yep.
And, didn't they get mad at us for calling out Barack Obama for wearing a gray suit?
He had a tan suit, and then he played it up like, oh, the tan suit was my only scandal, and he was like droning kids.
Yeah, now they want to turn it back on us. So it's sad that she's dead. Here's a picture of her and Jimmy Carter back then.
Inauguration probably or something like that?
Oh, yeah. So, hold on. R.I.P., but who is that? Who is that person off to the side?
That's the type of guy who only existed in the 70s.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't mean to get sidetracked. Okay. So here's everyone deboarding the plane. Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Joe Biden.
Yep.
So to be honest, I'm not trying to be distasteful, but something's telling me that maybe Hillary Clinton killed Jimmy Carter's wife so they can have this meeting.
Oh, that's schizo of you.
How else do you get everyone together like that? Yeah, so they had this meeting. The ball's rolling. They want Michelle to be the president because the Biden bot has not been doing well lately. Here's a most recent gaffe he had where he called Trump Congressman Trump.
Instead of cutting him, or like Congressman Trump and Bo would want to do.
Yeah, so there's just nothing there.
No life.
We're not even making fun of him anymore. It's just, sad clip, old man.
Sad clip, old man shouldn't run the country.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
And then Barack...
For some reason, nobody ever says that on MSNBC or any of those places. There's not even like one outlier who's like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's so true.
This is an old Alzheimer's guy. We need someone else.
Especially when every time Trump had a little blurb or like a gaffe, they would always be like, dementia.
Trump walking down a ramp.
Yeah. 25th Amendment.
Yeah.
This guy is a fucking Muppet. And then there was a tweet about Michelle Obama never wearing a...
Barack Obama says one of Michelle's main goals was to not be photographed in a bikini.
And Patriot J had a nice reply.
Bro, when half the country thinks you married a man, you shouldn't say shit like this.
LMAO. Oh, man.
LMAO?
That's what it said.
Oh.
I'm reading the tweet.
I thought you were saying LMAO out loud.
No, I do LOL sometimes.
I know, which I got mad at you for.
Yeah. Save it for bonus land.
All right.
Okay, so obviously we think Michelle Obama's going to run the country, and that's it.
You think that?
Yeah, that's coming soon. And then Derek Chauvin, there's some new Derek Chauvin stuff where like the FBI might have done something to the autopsy. I'm looking into that.
Okay.
Because I'm not done with my theory yet.
All right.
Let's move on.
You're trying to figure out a new pathway to that theory.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's get out of American politics. We'll come back to American politics in a couple pages.
Of course.
But let's move on. There's a Google PC tweet. I just thought was funny. This would be a quick hit.
A friend who works at Google said he wanted to raise a topic at the next team all hands. His manager took him aside and said they don't use the phrase all hands meeting on his teams at Google because it's insensitive language, because not everyone has hands.
The most important company in the world. That's the kind of shit.
That's what the managers at Google are up to. So great.
Well, managers has the word man in it.
Oh, Google.
The people-gers.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Elon Musk had a...
We used to... Hey, I'll say it. We used to make steel in this country. We don't do it anymore. China gives a shit. We don't know what our buildings are even made of.
Yeah.
And Google is worried about offending people with no hands.
Yeah.
So
sad.
Good.
All right, let's move on. Speaking of tech.
Yeah.
QR code scams. This is just a public service announcement for everybody. If you see something like a poster and it's like, scan this QR code to get a blah, 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 or whatever, don't do it because people are putting their own QR codes on top of the printed advertisement, and then you're going to QR code their QR code, which will steal your money.
How does it feels like you jumped there.
I jumped, but I don't know how scams work, but I know that you don't want to go to a malicious QR code.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
That's just it. All right. Elon told advertisers to go fuck themselves in an interview.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean? if somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself. But
and no one, so no one's even like laughing or cheering.
They don't know how to react.
Everyone's just scared.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. And that's good. I love that. Disney pulled their ads, right?
Yeah, Bob Iger, he called out later in the clip, and Disney's on their woke shit.
But if you're a shareholder of Disney, isn't them pulling their advertising from a huge social media platform like not in the best interest of the shareholders, and that's like their number one job?
Of course,
so but isn't that like borderline illegal?
Sure, but the whole point is you can make an argument that it's bad for business, and so there's ways to justify it. But obviously, from all of us, our side looking in, Disney is absolutely botching it for their shareholders with all the decisions they've made. You know what? I brought this up to you earlier. Ghostbusters, the female remake. I don't even know if it was Disney. 2016. So we've had like almost 10 years of just shit movie.
Stupid shit.
Slop getting delivered to the masses where like there's a woke girl who body slams a guy.
Yeah.
They haven't corrected course.
They haven't corrected course, and then content has adjusted accordingly. And I saw some people talking who were like comedians with podcasts, and they said back in the day, you do instead of doing a podcast, you would do like a show.
A sitcom.
Or you write a show or whatever. And that kind of still exists today, but obviously not like it used to. And now the comedians are just doing podcasts, and that's us. And now we're comedians.
Yeah, it honestly, whatever. Hey, if Disney sucks, if all content on TV sucks, you can't watch The Daily Show, you can't watch anything, like, it's great for us.
Yeah, very great for us. Exactly. All those daily shows and the night shows, they're so stupid. No one watches TV and laughs anymore. The only thing that's making us laugh lately is Surviving Barstool.
Yeah.
They actually have a really funny show where they made a Survivor for the Barstool guys, and it's just like 20 guys.
And if any of you guys are fans, it's 20 white guys, which will never happen again in Survivor. But yeah, if any of you guys watch Survivor, you know how bad it is. It's like we got the amputee, we got the black lesbian, we got the this.
Every white guy is a twink.
Every white guy's a twink, and then everyone, they spend like 5 minutes doing their backstory or like, this is why I'm oppressed or this is what I had to overcome. And then Barstool is just like, all right, how are we fucking this guy over? Like, it's actually a breath of fresh air.
It really is. Okay, let's move on. We have to pick up the pace a little bit. Kelsey Hurts Swift. You see that?
Yeah. Rings true to you?
There's the script. There's the script, guys. Kelsey Hurts Swift. He breaks up with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift gets mad. White men are bad. Goes on a revenge tour, 2024. Hey, girls, you need to sign up to vote. Vote Democrat. All these guys are bad. Anti-patriarchy. Vote for Michelle Obama.
We lose. Michelle Obama wins. The migrant cost number hits $1 trillion that next year. So that's what's at stake, guys.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get a little back into politics. Nothing crazy. Nikki Haley.
Yeah.
Nikki Haley is the new neocon candidate. She gave a little speech to people at a restaurant. And this is after she met with BlackRock. So basically she's backed by like BlackRock and the banks now. And she's kind of like showing that she's willing to soften her views on immigration.
Wall Street's preferred candidate for sure.
Wall Street, yep, tech.
When it comes to legal immigration, it's a broken system. It shouldn't take someone 10 years to become a citizen. So,
look at this guy with the mustache.
but what we need to do is reform it. So for too long, Republican and Democrat presidents dealt with immigration based on a quota. We'll take X number this year, we'll take X number next year. The debate is on the number. It's the wrong way to look at it. We need to do it based on merit. We need to go to our industries and say, what do you need that you don't have? So think
So they do. She says later on, she says, oh, like in agriculture and tech and whatever, we don't need 50 million illegals to do picks and vegetables.
Yeah, we don't.
We're good.
Certainly don't.
There's plenty. There's plenty that can do that.
And then that's the type of candidate who says, oh, we need it based on merit. And then they're not serious about truly reforming it or stopping anybody at the gates. And, we've seen what happens when it's kind of a wishy-washy, middle-of-the-ground policy.
It's like a passable stance that sounds right, but every time gets exploited and historically has never been reasonable.
Exactly. And all the details are in the execution of it, which we know America's bureaucracies are filled with just like, I don't know, mid-level midwits.
The worst people.
Yeah.
But she's getting good crowds. Raheem tweeted about this.
Yeah, he said, holy moly, this is...
Can you read it in his accent?
Holy moly, this is actually a turnout for Haley, and I am in no way a fan.
Yep. So she's getting big crowds. I think she's just inviting groups, like the Young Women's Republican, blah, blah, blah.
She's stuffing them.
She's just getting groups.
She's getting field trips to come. Yeah. They're doing field trips.
That's how I think she's filling these crowds. And then the DeSantis team, because she's getting more crowds, they're coming out and saying she doesn't have a pathway to victory.
Yeah, they had a whole long tweet thread. It said the DeSantis team got wind of the likely Haley endorsement after an AFP backer discussed it at a gathering of political donors 2 weeks ago. DeSantis donor relayed it to the governor's aides, who were apoplectic. Apoplectic.
Glad
sorry.
I didn't have to read that.
I know, you set me up. And began a full court press with AFP to buy their candidate more time to return to favor, according to two sources familiar. DeSantis had a direct conversation with an AFP executive, according to a person familiar with the discussion. This source said AFP recently told DeSantis they had not come to a decision yet and are still going through their process.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're done with Ron. And then the DeSantis team came out with a tweet. Can you read that?
Here's an inconvenient fact for Nikki Haley and her media allies. She has no mathematical path to victory against Donald Trump. It was like a 20-tweet thread.
Okay, Ron. Oh, yeah, she doesn't have a pathway to victory. She needs to drop out. There's no way she can win. Oh,
What's she polling at? 9%?
Same as you,
That's
Ron?
you, Ron. I don't know.
Oh, man. All right, that's enough for domestic politics. We have to go now into a little bit of foreign politics, nothing crazy. There's been some stuff going on in Serbia lately.
Okay, let's check this out. I'm fascinated by this.
This is big. These are big.
Yep.
So someone tweeted really into Serbian politics lately, and these are one of the ladies involved in Serbian politics.
God bless.
Big boobs joke.
Yep.
I just want to get that on your guys' radar.
That's pretty rare for you, big boobs joke.
I'm like not a low-hanging fruit guy.
Okay, yeah.
But when it's melons.
Once in a while. Once in a while.
All right. And then last part of foreign politics, Russia basically not acknowledging, Russia talking about the idea that the moon landing that the U.S. did could be fake.
If the neural network thinks almost everything is AI, sorry, I'm trying to narrate it for the audio-only people.
So he's pointing to the pictures and he says, oh, the AI says that the moon landing picture is fake.
Yeah, Google's neural network thinks that pictures of, astronauts on the moon are fake, basically.
And then he said, oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
So he knows. He's the show watcher.
He's tipping his hat a little bit.
All right. Next part. We're still in housekeeping. It's going to be a longer housekeeping today.
That's it.
That's just it.
Deal with it.
Homeless section, a.k.a. street rat section. So there is a San Diego sorority house of show watchers and bonus landers.
Whoa.
Okay? And they hit me up asking what to do. They said, we have street rats going through our garbage cans every night. They won't leave us alone, and they know we're a house full of girls.
Uh-oh.
So, first of all, street rats is the correct term. We don't call them homeless. We rebranded them as street rats years ago.
Homeless is like someone who all their problems would be solved if they just had a home.
Yeah.
That's the one thing they're missing. He's a scientist. He's a star.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't have anywhere
He had to pay for cancer treatment because of the healthcare problem.
Yeah. And then
Cernovich had a great tweet.
Yeah, this was Cernovich's tweet, and kind of we've been saying street rats. If you follow us on Urban Decay, you know we've rebranded them to street rats the whole time. But Cernovich said, eliminate homeless from your vocabulary. What we are dealing with are druggies. There are endless programs to help them. They want to stay in public and freeload and do drugs. Don't use fake language of the far left. Call them what they are.
Yeah, so we did that too. We've been doing that. So my ideas for these girls on how to protect themselves. Number one, put this sign up. It says, no trespassing. We don't dial 911. We call the coroner.
Smart.
It's not a great plan because they're all girls and they live in California and they're probably not 2A savvy in California.
It's a bluff. It's called a bluff.
It's a bluff. And then they might come, the homeless people, the street rats might come over the top and go all in your house.
Yeah.
So number two idea was this sign, no trespassing. This property is protected by video cameras and attack dogs. Trespassers will be prosecuted. And then you can play aggressive dog barking on speakers all day and night.
Smart. I also saw, I think Five Below was selling fake security cameras.
Oh.
$5. That's all it takes.
That's pretty good. So but the problem with that one was they didn't have loud enough speakers to play the dog barking all night. Number three, bees. That could work. Number four, stun grenade traps.
Oh.
But the problem with this is you might actually get like a normal guy who's throwing out dog poop in your trash can, and then and then he might sue you.
Yeah.
So maybe not the best for that. Number 5, get a boyfriend. Some men will protect women.
Yeah.
California, but some men
harder to find, but they exist.
Number 6, paintball guns.
Yeah.
And then number 7, last but not least, wait until something bad happens, and hopefully something bad won't happen again for a while, but something bad could happen immediately again. That's
not very great advice. Not great.
So let us know in the comments if you have any advice for these nice girls.
Or if you're a security specialist in San Diego or something.
Yeah, and we can figure it out for you.
Yep.
All right, last page of housekeeping. Well, not even true. I found something, a new person with entertaining talents, or PET. It's this big arm Indian guy. Probably can't play the music, but check him out. Look what he's up to.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's a football player.
That's what I like.
Hell yeah.
Love what you're doing. Keep up the good work, my guy. Look at that.
There's a new one of these every year.
He's so good.
He's so boxy.
That's his best angle.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm jacked. That's good, but that's filtered.
It's crazy to me. These guys, they have something wrong. It's basically like a trans person where they could get away with a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He could get away and look natural with a little bit, but he goes, one more.
A little too
again.
much. Yeah.
He goes, again.
He's got body dysmorphia.
Yeah, he's got dysmorphia.
All right, so maybe you're not as jacked as that guy. Maybe you're not as strong as that guy either. Maybe at times you feel down and depressed.
Sure.
Well, don't, because look at this Fiat tweet about Fiat the cars. Whenever you're feeling down about yourself, remember this.
In case you're feeling useless, remember that there are more Fiat dealerships in the USA than actual Fiat sold in all of Q3. 359 dealerships versus 145 Fiat sold.
Wow.
So what do? They just sell Toyotas in there? They go,
They just do nothing.
Yeah.
They go, did you sell a car? They go, no. Did you? Nah.
Well, if you want to get a job where you're not going to be busy and you can text on your phone all day, but you'll probably get fired in a few months,
there probably won't be a company anymore soon.
hit up Fiat, yeah.
But don't get too down and too depressed for Fiat either, because there is a way to escape the matrix. There is a way to escape the rat race and hit it big. We just discovered this new technique. Because usually you would look
Slot
at this
machines.
and say, hey, if I was walking around pressing all the buttons, I'd eventually get tired.
Yeah.
Well, they solved that with the scooter.
Smart.
So this is our only way out.
The American dream is not dead.
All right, back to reality. This is our last piece of housekeeping, and it's actually very important. Do you want to bring it up, or should I?
I don't know what.
All right, I'll say it. So a couple days ago, we went to the dog park.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And there was a gay guy there.
Yeah.
And he made very deep eye contact with Richard Rapoy, looking right into his soul, basically.
Okay, I disagree, but okay, keep
And
going.
basically, there was like an unspoken offer to suck him in his car. Now, I don't want to be vulgar. Don't listen to this if you're a kid. Like, this is like a vulgar part of the episode, so fast forward if that's what you don't want to hear. But that's what they do. They suck you in the car. So basically, he made deep eye contact with Richard, kind of gave him a look.
Like you want to go to the
Then
car?
he goes in his car and he sits in the passenger side door, which means you would go to the car, sit in the driver's side, and he sucks you. But if you went to the car and he was in the driver's side, you'd have to suck him. That's what they're up to. Gay guys, oh, I'm a gay guy. I'm going to the dog park. What do you think going to the dog park means? If you're a gay guy,
you know
that's
what's
what they
funny?
do.
You know what's funny? Fleccas did this after the gay guy left at the dog park, and he kind of like formulated this whole thing, like, if you go on the driver's side, then he'll suck you, and then if you do that. And then, like, he's doing a bit, and we're having fun. It's banter. It's just funny to us. But then at the end of the day, you, like, zoom out, and you have this meta look at it, and it's like Fleccas just invented a whole gay fantasy that he's now projecting onto me for the bit, technically.
I had to do it for the show. I had to do it for the show. But that's how it works. Driver's side, passenger side. That's how they...
Yeah, that's how they know who's sucking.
So I had to do it for the show. Let's move on.
Absolutely disgusting.
Let's get back to serious. Let's move on. Found a new workout I want to try. Gotta try that.
Yeah.
Look at those deep squats.
Yeah. Till failure.
Yeah.
With your buddy.
Oh, man. All right. That was good. Okay. We're going to move on. Before we do, is there anything you want to say? It's been a while. It's been a while since you've said Breonna Taylor's name.
Oh, Breonna Taylor.
You forget.
Say her name.
Say her name. Haven't said it in a while. I don't think anyone has. It's been months.
Breonna
Taylor. Got to say her name. All
They
right.
moved on. They're on to Palestine now.
Yeah.
They completely trashed Breonna Taylor. They don't care about her anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Our shout-outs and our doppels, we're going to do at the end of the episode.
Okay.
Because we're too far behind. We are going to do them, so make sure you stay till the end. But we're going to do them at the end just today.
Okay, cool.
But maybe that'll be where it is in the future. We're moving on to Cringe of the Week. Before we get there, we have a very special message from FleccasMerch.com. Guys, it's Christmas time. Are you looking for the perfect gift for that base person in your family who loves the show or hates the Clintons or thinks Trump shouldn't be in jail? We have very cool shirts. The Clintons is one of the most popular shirts at this time of year. We also have the free Big Don shirts, which are very popular as well, very funny. We have Fleccas Talks, the podcast shirts as well. So get yours today. FleccasMerch.com is the website. Make sure you put your orders in so you get it in time for the holidays. Any orders placed in the next week will make it before Christmas. You have my Fleccas guarantee.
Smart.
Very smart. All right, first clip of Cringe of the Week. The $20,000 vocal feminization surgery.
Let's see how that worked out.
I bet this went great.
All right, everyone, this is it. So glamorous, right? This will be the last recording with my old voice.
Sound like RFK?
Before heading into voice feminization surgery, I won't be able to speak for 2 weeks, and then it'll still be another month.
Should I fast forward?
Let's fast forward to the reveal.
100% usage of my voice. So, wish me luck, and I'll see everyone on the other side.
Okay, it has now been 15 months since my first voice feminization surgery. Spent $20,000, had 3 different procedures. This is probably about as good as it's going to get. So let's do a little before and after, but we are not going to do the tired
We get
window.
it. That's what you sound like. So you spend 20 grand and you sound like a guy who smokes cigarettes and drives a truck.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work. And it's like, what, for the surgeons, it's like, what surgery? What did you do? There's no such surgery as this. And it's like, I just kind of dug around.
I opened him up, dug around, and I said, I charged him 10 grand.
Yeah, I snipped some of the cords.
You believe this?
It's the same idea. You know, the idea of like, oh, you just need to throw money at the public schools and then the kids will all know how to read.
Yeah.
It's the same for the trans people. It's like, oh, you just need some surgeries and $150,000 worth of stuff.
You're 200 grand away. Yeah, I'm telling you right
just
now.
Being a real lady.
And then it's like the doctors are pitching you on that. And then there's no return policy. Like, oh, I did the surgery. It didn't take. It didn't take.
So it just looks and sounds terrible. But we shouldn't make fun of this person. Clearly they have some issues. All right, next, the balls out lady.
Yeah, let's see what this lady's up to, this girl.
Don't you hate it when your balls are sticking out of your panties just a little bit? And it doesn't hurt that bad right now, but you know if you just keep going the way it is, it's going to start chafing and just hurting worse. Why did God do this to women?
What the fuck is this lady talking about?
Invoking God into this?
Yeah, these are the people that always say, like, oh, we're trans, God made me this way. It's like, well, you're moving some pretty serious stuff around.
Yeah.
You're adding and removing some of the basically most important parts of everything.
Yeah.
But she's on her way to your daughter's locker room right now.
Yeah, ladies. And it's so funny. It's like wearing panties, the thing that's specifically designed with no space, sheer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like maybe wait until you get something chopped before you start fully embracing it. I don't get it.
It's not meant to have your balls in it.
Yeah, franken beans.
But everyone backs these people up. The progressives all support them, and the media does too.
Here's an article.
Here's a back and forth.
Huffington Post says, a parent's guide to supporting transgender youth. Listen to your kids. They know what feels right and true to them. But then, so that's one hand. You got to listen to them. Then, on the other hand, Huffington Post says, think twice before you cut off your dog's balls.
So you take some extra time to think about your dog.
Think that one out.
Yeah.
Trans kids blindly support.
They probably know. So there is this new trend that we've noticed. This is probably my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Besides the dog park story.
Well, I like when, I don't like, oh, look at they want a pronouns video. I like when there's new info for trans and Urban Decay, like new crimes. That's what gets me going.
That's what gets me going too. So yeah, there's this new trend where a man and a woman couple, the man becomes trans and then starts to transition into his wife, basically.
Yeah.
And they call it skinwalking their wives.
Yeah, this Jermaine on Twitter said skinwalking their wives, so wanted to give credit for coining that term.
Yeah, and we have we'll just rotate them in the background, all these skinwalkers.
Yeah.
I love this shit.
I know.
This
Look
is
at 'em.
good shit.
Same dress.
And people choose their partners that saying you choose a partner who kind of looks like you.
Mm-hmm.
So then the partner who kind of looks like you, and then you get some wires crossed, and now you're trans, and then the end goal of the trans is to look like your wife. It kind of it's good for people with goals.
Yeah, there's an end game. there's a destination.
I want to be a lady. Who's a good lady to look like? And then
hey, Diane's right there. I might as well look like her.
But
this one's my favorite. This one, scarily reminiscent of Dawn. Oh
Dawn and
God. Oh my God.
That's
Ennis,
so good.
who seemed to be wearing his dead ex-wife as a skin suit. So this guy at least politely waited until she passed away to start acting out.
Carry on.
Yeah.
And there was a tweet that
this one is actually one of the worst. This giant fat girl, Bree and Kristen, their relationship.
Maybe it's Bri.
Kristen from BuzzFeed and her husband came out as trans and basically became her.
Oh, I hope she doesn't work at BuzzFeed anymore. Don't write an article about us. We're just joking. It's a comedy show.
It's comedy.
And then there was a tweet someone had just randomly in the replies. We're actually going to blur the name, but the tweet is strong.
Said, this is so creepy. Responding to the thread. This is so creepy. My high school boyfriend transitioned into a woman 3 or 4 years ago. We graduated in 2007. I looked him up a couple years ago, and he's trying to look exactly like me when we dated. He was very physically and emotionally abusive. He freaks me out a lot.
Yeah.
Listen to that. Yeah. Listen to that little voice inside your head.
A chill down your spine.
Don't let him reconnect with you in any way. And then he's stuck in whatever period he had this trauma. 2007. Blah, that was my last girlfriend. Blah, she looked like this. And then it's trying to make your entire life like that.
And he thinks he's her now, and it's there can only be one of us.
Yeah, and he puts on the lipstick and he goes, I'm Jessica.
And then Jessica's tied up.
Yeah, Jessica's, it's a death sentence.
Andy, please stop doing this. It's I'm not. All right, I have a theory of how this plays out.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
I do, because I actually kind of came up empty on this. I'm like, why? Why do they do it? And it's I don't know. It's easy. It's the path of least resistance. It's what they're familiar with. Mm-hmm. But let's hear your theory.
I have a theory. So imagine this couple's together, a guy and a girl. And the guy's got some screws loose.
Of course.
And he's got some problems. And imagine the wife is narcissistic, right?
Okay.
Super big narcissist, purposely picked a vulnerable, weak guy that she can manipulate, right?
Okay.
So then she's constantly manipulating him into thinking oh, I'm the best. And then he's got some wires screwed up.
You listen to me.
So when he becomes trans, it's who are you going to become trans and look like? Me. I'm the best. I'm the girl. I'm so good looking. I'm the best. So then it satisfies the narcissistic wife because the husband in a dress will never fully look like her because she's the best.
Of course.
And it gets her with a person who's devoted to being just like her, but never will fully get there because she's too good looking and too much of a lady and he can't. So it's a perfect situation for a narcissistic wife who wants to control a vulnerable man and then at the end be reaffirmed even he tried and he couldn't do it.
He'll never reach me.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. I'm processing it now, but that puts more of it onto the spouse than it does the person who's trying to change. So I don't know. I'm looking for theories, guys. If anyone has on your fourth comment, if you want to type out a long paragraph, your thoughts on this,
that's a good place to put it.
I would love to hear more because I'm fascinated by this.
All right, let's move on. The alphabet DUI girl. This is non-trans related cringe.
Okay.
Could you recite the alphabet from start to finish without singing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
A, C, B, D, E, F, G, H, I, F, N, G, H, I, C, K, L, M, N, O, P, H, Q, E, S, H, Q, E, S, I, T, E.
Okay. All right.
HQES.
It's are you trying to spell there's someone in the CAR with a gun to my HEAG.
HOSTAGE.
Yeah. HELPME. Oh, man. Not even close.
Yeah.
Never had it in her. I don't think she knows it in real life.
Part of me feels bad. Like, at any moment, you could have your worst DUI, and it's just some body cam cop footage that gets released to everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
But I guess you're drunk driving, so that's life.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the guy who gets punched. These are quick clips. This is like a type of guy you know in high school.
Yeah.
Who's like...
He's not doing well now.
Not doing well now.
You ready?
Yep.
Right there again?
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you ready? Oh, I guess so. You don't have to do this.
No, I'm gonna stay loose, dude. That's how you stay safe.
Go loose.
Oh, that was fucking good as shit, bro.
Punched him in the eye.
Real stupid.
What's the upside?
Are you ready? I guess so. And it's like, well, you don't want to do this?
don't have to.
You don't have to do this at all. It's literally zero needed.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll see him at the methadone clinic in 5 years, I guess. I don't know.
Right now. Let's go to leftist capitalism. This is kind of a mimetic Sisyphus section. He had a great response to some people who are talking about how it's like capitalism sucks, capitalism's the problem. So
they want to blame capitalism. There's this conflation of capitalism got all the world's woes, and it's the worst system there is, even though prosperity is higher than ever. And you would have had no medicine and just like foraging for food and hunting and subsistence farming if capitalism didn't exist. So here's the main tweet. It says, no, it's not normal for humans to be in competition all the time. It's not normal to work for most of your waking hours of the day. It's not normal to be stressed 24/7. Stop taking a few hundred years of capitalism and pretending that's just how being human is. It's not. Mimetic Sisyphus replied and said, people really think capitalism invented the concept of having to work for your keep.
Yep, and there was another
as if the early agrarian societies, it was just easy money, 3 hours a day, like, oh, dude, and then we chill.
Yeah. Then there was another reply that was talking about certain groups of like indigenous people all over the world.
Yeah, this guy said, not 8 hours a day. Go read about the Andamanis and their way of life before the Anglo-man brought them civilization and promptly exterminated them. That's how humans lived for most of our history. 80% of the day spent telling stories, jokes, songs, and dances.
80% of the day? What?
They were just doing dances. They never had to work. It was nothing. And so...
so here's what those people lived in. They lived in these mud huts.
We Googled the Anandolese people.
Yeah.
That's the peak of their achievement. So,
How do you keep the bugs off you? And it's like, oh.
We just die of malaria.
Yeah, they're on you.
Yeah.
They go in the food. They're in your butt.
And this, again, is in the main theme of our podcast, which is people are too far removed from how the food is made, right?
Yeah.
You think farmers just like work and they set the combine to go? They go, oh, yeah, it's automatic.
Yeah, we got to pick the apples.
It's like the hardest job there is, maintaining your crops every day. You can't leave, especially like livestock, cattle. You think those guys get off days where they just don't have to feed the cows?
Mm-hmm.
And so Mimetic Sisyphus, our boy, he said, I think we should have a national work on a farm week program for all high school students. You have to spend a week following a farmer's schedule. And I think that's a great idea.
It's a very great idea.
Let's get back in touch with how the food is made, right?
Mm-hmm. And we had some socialism, communism reminders.
Yeah, so what's the alternative to capitalism? It's all socialism, communism. This was a Reddit post that said socialism, the subreddit socialism survey results are in. 48% are unemployed, 61% live with parents, 69% are uneducated, 14% support free speech, 46% support riots.
So that's who has the idea for an alternative way of living.
That's
for America, the best country, freest country ever.
Them and the Anadolese who lived in the mud huts and just got didn't make it. And then this all-time tweet, which we just want to remind you of. Reminder, communism is when ugly, deformed freaks make it illegal to be normal, then rob and or kill all successful people out of petty resentment and cruelty. The ideology is all just window dressing.
That's what they're trying to do.
Rings true to me, man.
We're the normal cool people.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get us.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of Cringe of the Week.
People fucking unironically sit in an air-conditioned office job where they're making $50K a year or something. It's not that great. The pay's not that great. But then they tweet about how much easier it was for the mud hut people in Africa.
We need to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
We can be telling stories and singing songs and shit.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck convincing people. You got an uphill battle. And if you convince someone they're either dumb and looking for it already, or I don't even know. I don't know who's looking to accept that.
And anyone who goes against your ideas, you want to censor.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't really know how this is going to go. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Don't get too down. Don't get too depressed. We have Urban Decay. We have more depressing stuff coming that will make you even more upset. The diaper's stolen.
At least we're going to have fun with it.
We have a good Urban Decay. Well, a bad Urban Decay, but the diaper's stolen. These are people who are stealing diapers on camera. Here they go. This is in Memphis, lovely city.
Why would 8 black teenager to 20-year-olds be looting the diapers, right?
Well, maybe they're just desperate mothers with kids who are constantly shitting themselves.
Probably, right?
Or...
That's the safe assumption.
Let's go to the next tweet about baby formula. Yeah.
Yeah, some trans person on Twitter goes, literally a store in my city today, like offended, and the sign said, baby formula has been relocated to the customer service desk. Please see customer service and we'd be happy to help.
And they're pretending that like, oh, baby formula. People are just stealing the formula because they're desperate and they need to feed their kid.
Yeah. A single tear rolls down a mom's eyes and she thinks to herself, do I have to do this? Do you want me to read the Memetic Sisyphus tweet? He said, in their minds, a desperate woman unable to make ends meet slips one container of formula into her purse. She glances at her fussing child. A single tear drops on her cheek. She hurries out the store, hoping no one saw. In the real world, though, it's Darius is selling 40 containers out of his Chevy Malibu at the projects for half the retail price. He also sells laundry detergent and cooking oil. He woke up at 1 p.m. today.
Yeah, which is exactly correct.
Heavy Memetic Sisyphus episode.
Yeah. He's good. Make sure you guys
had a good week on Twitter.
He had a great week. He's been going viral a lot. Make sure you guys follow him. He's linked in the description every single week. He is our boy.
Yeah. And then here's another example of that, just reiterating that it's not, we're not out, capitalism isn't out here oppressing the single mom who fell on hard times. The CVS in Columbia Heights, which is outside of DC, all the unlocked items are looted clean. Coincidentally, street vendors in the area are selling the same products, just on a fold-out table chair. So, hey, nice society if you can't lock these people up.
Wow. So, I guess if the stores don't have it available, you just go outside and buy it for cash.
Yeah, you buy it for
someone.
Half price.
Yeah, and instead of actually arresting people who are doing the thieving, cracking down on all the crime, that's so easy, it's blatant, every day. The gas station attendant in this next clip had cops come in and give him a citation for not displaying a no smoking sign. So that's what's going on. Here's them. We're going to fast forward.
Yeah, play it in the background.
It's just security camera, but here they are coming in. They go behind his desk. They say you don't have a no smoking sign, and he gives them a citation, and they have to pay a fee.
And the store owner put the text over the video. They don't care that the homeless in the city vandalize buildings, remove signs, making it hard for business owners to have a perfect facility for the city. So yeah, you can't really tax harvest or fine harvest a street rat because they just don't pay and it just racks up. And then they call your bluff on finally sending them to jail, and you don't. So it's over.
But then you have to go to the gas station and get the hardworking gas station attendants fined because they don't have a no smoking sign, as if that's the problem.
Backwards.
All right, Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, he was talking about all the crime and violence in the city and the murders, and this is what he said.
What we've seen is a very raggedy form instituted by right-wing extremism. Everyone knows that the right-wing extremism in this country has targeted democratically ran cities. And quite frankly, they've been very intentional about going after democratically ran cities that are led by people of color. And their whole motivation is to create disruption and chaos, because that's what that particular party has been about. Right? This is the same political party that did not want to accept that President Obama was actually an American. It's the same Republican right-wing extremism that stormed the Capitol. It's the same right-wing extremism that refuses to accept the results of the Civil War. It's raggedy.
So Chicago's MAGA country after all.
Yeah, Jesse Smollett was right to play that hand.
So
I checked, actually. Last Republican mayor of Chicago, 1931.
Wow.
So that's the last time a Republican had a hand in actually doing anything in Chicago. And I guess pointing out how horribly run and disorganized a city is like, what? That's right-wing extremism?
That's racist. It's disrupting the city and doing chaos.
Yeah, and he couldn't wait to play the race card, Mayor Brandon Johnson.
And it's like, you guys brought hundreds of thousands of illegals here, and you're putting them up in like migrant camps that you're building, and where there's like crimes every day and no one's getting arrested, and you think it's the white people?
Yeah, the Safety Act in Illinois, the Democrats passed, is letting criminals immediately back out on the street to reoffend, and it's the MAGA Republicans who are doing it. Which
is absolutely crazy. So keep that in mind. Go ahead.
The crazier part to me is that like some of his constituents may believe this. You know, it was MAGA.
Yeah.
It's like a boogeyman. You can blame anything on MAGA.
Yeah.
And then they can keep, releasing criminals, hosting the Venezuelan migrants who are just doing crime, let Macy's get robbed, whatever, man.
Yeah.
MAGA Republicans
and they
are behind
say
it all.
And the media backs them up, so it doesn't even have to be close to true. They just need it on the record.
Yeah.
So keep in mind what he said in that speech for these next clips, and then try and figure out if it's a MAGA person or if it's a black criminal. All right, next is the mall fight. There's a huge fight at the mall. Look at this.
It's the Apple store, right?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn. Ooh.
Fucking MAGA Republicans.
Yeah, that's good. We need to open more libraries so they can fight in there.
Smart.
And they can steal the books, maybe.
Oh, no, they don't. There's no resale value in those.
There's no resale. That's a good point. But these are young scholars, and this is an everyday occurrence, these types of fights happening in schools as well. This story went kind of viral earlier in the week. It is a violent clip, but it's all censored. But there's a fight that ends in a stabbing, and this kid dies.
This was in North Carolina.
You hear everyone yelling.
It sounds animalistic.
Yelling and filming. And then a lot of kids, a lot of young African-American kids.
And that kid pulled out a knife to defend himself. He was getting absolutely jumped and he pulled out a knife, right?
So that was like a self-defense situation.
Self-defense.
But like you pull out a knife and you killed somebody.
Yeah.
And everyone's like yelling and filming. And then you see a lot of the young kids have their hoods up.
Mm.
So it's kind of like going back to the mayor of Chicago. It's like, what's more likely to kill you? A KKK member with a hood or a black kid with a hood up?
I haven't seen a KKK member with a hood in my entire life, actually.
Well, there was one in that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Django.
Oh, I got to update my whole worldview now.
So
because that movie. And then you saw Get Out, right?
Yeah.
So that's what black people go through every day.
That's what it's like.
Yep. They're body swapping black people and old white people who are rich. And then they keep you trapped with hypnosis. And that's it.
Yeah, but these schools need more money.
Yeah, of course they do.
These schools need more money to teach these kids morals and values 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what more money hopefully will do.
The more money will hopefully reverse not having a dad and having a mom who actually paid attention, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't throw money at a past gone problem.
Yeah,
Some people need to just be ditch diggers.
And that's the thing. People think like, oh, all this money spent on this or on that. This should be going to these shitty public schools where no one can read.
Yeah.
There was a good tweet about it. Can you give that a read?
This guy said private schools, religious schools, gendered schools, and homeschooling, etc., are all a detriment to society. School isn't just about learning facts. It's about acclimatizing people to their society, and building schools that are purposely segregated ruins that.
Yeah. So basically, you can't send your kid to a charter school and give him a chance. You have to leave him in the school with all these kids who don't know how to read or do math.
Yeah, but they know how to stab and how to wear hoodies and how to jump someone.
Yeah, that's the more important thing. And it's like the resource you're looking for with all the money where people can like be acclimated and whatever, it's called prison.
Yeah.
You put them in prison and then you leave them there.
Yeah. And then, I mean, this guy says this while all the public schools are phasing out separate classes for gifted and talented students. And this one says, to increase equity, this California high school is eliminating honors courses.
Nice.
And so it's like, I have a kid. I know my kid is capable of taking honors courses, AP courses. Should I send him to the public school who's trying to do equity shit? Or should I send him to the all-boys Catholic school that's going to fucking do the honors classes?
Exactly. They got rid of the honors classes because not all the kids can do it.
Yeah, because most kids are actually functionally retarded.
Yeah. And then here's another one. Same thing. Wall Street Journal. So they've been doing this for years.
Of course.
And then they go, we need more money for the schools.
Yeah. Keep dumping money. Keep lighting it on fire.
And teachers are freaking out too. This clip went viral a couple days ago. This teacher freaked out in Texas.
God damn it! You chose for me to be held to fire on you.
what you do is I'll bring your right hand to my face. I'm going through all type of shit. I'm trying to be in goddamn disrespected every goddamn day. When all I want to do, I very nicely told you what to do. You don't gotta touch my phone. I don't have to touch your goddamn phone. It wouldn't even come to that. It wouldn't even come to it. You just do what you're supposed to do. Don't say anything else to me.
Yep. Teachers are snapping. They're just like
Boiling
babysitting.
point. Yeah,
They're babysitting bad kids.
You don't have to touch my phone. It's just like a kid on his phone the whole time, openly disrespecting the teacher. You know, how are other kids? And then I always feel bad for the 2, maybe 3 really good and studious kids who are in that classroom who have to watch this teacher freak out because everyone's just testing him.
And the whole class gets brought down to the worst denominator.
Yep.
They don't even know what denominator is.
So at least they don't know what they don't know.
Denominator, it's like, oh, I know denominator, I'll be back.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
You've done that joke before, haven't you?
Maybe. I just thought of it, but I probably would have that same thought process in the past.
I think you've done it.
Maybe. All right. Last page of Urban Decay. Not everyone is asleep to this. Advice from the guy in the car. This is actually good.
I told my youngins, I said, man, whatever you do, try to go get you like a square, weirdo type girlfriend. The type of girlfriend that don't have a lot of girlfriends, that's in school, and that love to come home and take naps. That's really family orientated. And I said, get you some white friends, some Asian friends, and some Spanish friends. Some working friends that they work every day and they brainstorming on how to make their next buck.
That's good advice.
You get the point, yeah.
Orientated. He goes on to the problem, too.
I said, you don't want to deal with these niggas too much. You don't want to deal with these darkies because they will have you fucked up out here. A lot of these niggas is mesmerized and is in some type of trance listening to that demonic music, and they always hurt the people that's closest to them. So leave these niggas alone. Get you a square weirdo girlfriend and some white boy homies, some Korean, Asian homies, and some Spanish homies. And stay out the way.
There you go.
I get it.
That's good advice. Everyone's sick of these. You know what?
As Drake said.
Sick of them. And then this guy, one of the BLM founders, he's now on Team Trump. Let this clip rip.
Team DeSantis had a freak out about this as well when Trump replied or whatever, but we'll just play it.
You, BLM leader, and you're now endorsing Donald Trump, saying he's the best candidate we have. Why do you think he is the best candidate that we have?
Because everybody else sucks.
So is he just the best of a bad group? I mean, is he not that great either, but he's just like better than the rest?
Well, I like Trump, personally. And I think right now who we have sitting in the Oval Office is just a deep disappointment. I deeply have disdain for him. And I really...
Yeah, we get it. And D.L. Hewley posted this. He was calling him like an Uncle Tom. He says he's on the plantation as if he's like misleading black people. And it's like, DL, that's you.
Yeah.
All the rampant crimes, the no bail, the illegals coming to urban areas, incentivizing fatherless homes. That's all Democrats over the last like 60 years. Yeah. That's the plantation.
Yeah.
The trick, the idea that like, oh, the racists against the good guys, and the good guys just can't really get it right. They're trying, but they keep fucking everything up and doing the opposite of what needs to be done. But you don't want to be a racist.
Yeah, you can't be racist. Meanwhile, the thousands of Guatemalans, Venezuelans, they'll be stuffed right into your neighborhood with limited resources. Did we ever play the people getting the turkeys and all the inner city black people who they were waiting in line for the turkeys for Thanksgiving, but the Mexicans and the Hispanics all beat them to it and waited in line?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's literally where they're being placed. Black people are going to be super affected. I'm not going to say most affected because it depends on the area. And really, it's like if you're a black voter, right, and you see this shit happening, maybe just don't vote Democrat this year. Maybe sit out. Maybe vote for Trump. If you plan on committing a felony in the next year or in the next 4 years,
you got to vote Democrat.
You got to vote Democrat. That's in your best interest. I get it.
Yeah.
If you're a robber, if you're a felon, if you're a thug,
if you got the Glock with the switch,
if you got the Glock with the switch, yes, and you're gonna catch a charge in the next 4 years, please vote for a Democrat. That's I'll admit it. That's in your best interest.
Let the thing talk.
If you let that thing talk, then you need to sign vote Democrat. Because those are the only ones who aren't going to punish you, and they'll let you off.
Yep, exactly. Well, don't get too down, don't get too depressed. We're moving on to
Uplifting Gold.
Uplifting Gold. All right, catalytic converter reverse house call.
All right.
So this guy's stealing his catalytic converter. He notices, and then he gets in the thief's car and just steals his car. So now everyone's doing crime.
Smart. That's the only way to answer.
Yep.
More crime.
There you go.
Now you have the catalytic converter, but no way to get home because you just disabled his car too.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to the sticky trap.
All right.
This is, look at that. Roaches, spiders, a huge spider, and 1 million baby spiders.
Wow. Bloodbath.
Look at that.
Let's
and it's
pause on
uplifting because you
just
caught him.
Yeah, you saved yourself from another 150 spiders.
Those were going in your house.
All right.
Those were in your basement.
Very uplifting.
Very uplifting. All right, Walmart receipt eater. This is a good bit.
Excuse me, sir, can I see your receipt?
Can you see what?
Your receipt? Thank you.
Here you
Can
go.
you see that? Can you see your items real quick?
No, you can see the items.
Can you show them to me?
You're welcome to look at it.
Okay.
He ate my receipt. Call the police, please. I'm not engaging with this person. Who is this person? What role did you play here? What role did you play in here, sir?
What do you mean?
He ate my receipt.
He ate your receipt?
Do you want to pull the cameras up and see it?
It's okay, it's okay.
I'm just asking what's
I'm
going on.
making sure that everything's okay. Because outside he was yelling at someone for taking his parking spot.
What is you? Who are you to do anything? What the?
I was just making sure everything's okay.
You have cameras in here. Can we bring the tape out?
Outside, he was yelling at someone.
I like the continued gaslighting. Getting the other Walmart associates on your side. That's smart.
Gaslighting is that's a good gaslight.
Yeah. Gail Lewis would have handled that.
All right, let's go to the husband's barber. Didn't get it right. This happened to me once.
I'm going to guess this was some sort of Hispanic barber or possibly a black barber.
Mm-hmm.
They started doing this thing where everybody gets these super lined up haircuts. The sharp edge in your hair.
The lines. Who wants that?
I don't get that. And the urban types like it. I don't know. What is that?
That happened to me once. They gave me ice pick sideburns in high school.
High school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to buzz my head. It was like a Caesar or something.
Find yourself a white barber. Stick to him,
Or just get a buzzer. I use dog clippers. I know
Do
it
you?
sounds bad, but my clippers, I ordered them on a grocery store order, and it was from a dog. It was a dog clippers. So I couldn't get it, and I needed it the same day.
Yeah.
And then I got dog clippers, and I just do half, and I buzz my whole head. That's all you have to do if you're a guy. Just buzz your head.
I don't know. That's not really good advice. If you have good hair and you're just buzzing it, you're kind of wasting your potential, right?
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's go to Neil McDonough.
That's the easy path advice.
Yeah.
Get a dog clippers.
I haven't gone
trim
to
your hair
I haven't
yourself.
gone to a barber in 5 years.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Because when I sit there and he's gonna go,
I know.
Where are you from?
Where do you work?
And it's I'm gonna wonder if the haircut's even good. I'll just buzz it and never, not leave the house that day.
Fair.
All right, last clip of Uplifting Gold. Neil McDonough, he gave a speech following the new movie The Shift that came out that he's in, and basically he got blackballed in Hollywood for years because he refused to do sex scenes with women because he's married and didn't think that was appropriate, and he won't even do kissing scenes with women because he thinks it's inappropriate. Here's what he said giving a speech after the movie came out.
They said, you have to do it or we're going to fire you. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do it. So they fired me. I was blackballed for 2 years. I couldn't get a job. And because of that, I lost my big, beautiful house in Los Angeles, my shiny Mercedes, all my stuff, and my swagger. And as you can imagine at the time, I was really crushed. They thought that I was some religious zealot, but to me, it was just that I didn't think it was the right thing to do. And also, I really love my wife. And as I've said, and I'll say it a million times, these lips are meant for one woman.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Refreshing to hear that.
He's got boundaries.
It's called having boundaries.
I know him as Buck Compton from Band of Brothers.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I liked him growing up. He's always one of my favorites. All right, well, we are back at the beginning of the show. We are doing our doppels and shout-outs here at the end because we didn't have time in the beginning. So we're going to go through them fast. Are you ready?
Doppels first?
Doppels first. Also, people complain about doppels and shout-outs, and they're like, oh, it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, relax.
It's 2 minutes of the fucking show.
Everybody fucking relax.
Yeah, so here's Rat Boy Doppel. This guy has a hand that gets turned into Rat Boy's literal face.
Ed Sheeran?
What am I looking at right now? Who's who? Yep.
All right.
Can't play the music. We have me on an air. Ooh, I didn't.
That's a pretty racist image.
Yeah, we're going to have to blur the faces because it looks a little racist, but someone made that AI image of me. Looks like my body and head.
Yeah, they got that part right at least.
Yeah.
Here's you. Police are looking for a violent gang member. That's you.
It looks like me.
Here's you, another AI. They're really AI and you.
Yeah,
that's
fat
you in the
family
middle.
is not me.
That's your family.
I don't
That's
even get it.
Yep. Here's you working at Sam's Club.
Yep.
That guy, are you going to ask?
No.
Is that guy fatter than me?
That guy's not fatter than me.
I know. That's I was going to shut you down.
I knew he's not. Yeah.
All right. What's this? A Rat Boy shopping?
Shoppers, we've
Yep.
lowered
There's
prices
you.
and
There's
locked
me.
them in.
There's
Locked
you shopping.
Boom shaka laka. Lock lock. Who's
All right, that's good.
Good for him. Good for him.
That's you.
Here's a bad one for me.
This is good, yeah.
Here's a bad one for me.
Yep. This one is Twink Rat Boy.
Oh, God. Doing stripper pole in his underwear.
With his butt out. He's going to watch this. Watch this.
Oh, no.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. And then who's this? Oh, I think we might have seen this guy before.
Yeah. Playing the saxophone at Bridgestone Arena. I don't even know what sport it is. That's great. Those are the doppels, and I have some shout-outs. Shout out to Adelina. She just turned 2 years old yesterday and has been watching the show since she was 3 days old. We have a picture of her as a 3-day-old watching the show, and her birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Happy second birthday. We love you. Shout out to Erica's husband, Alan, whose birthday is Saturday. They're show watchers and supporters since the Wooden Spoon days, and a veteran.
Oh,
so thank you for your
respect
service.
Our veterans.
We respect our veterans. Shout out to Caden. He got Student of the Month earlier in the month, but we missed it. He's got straight A's too.
That's huge, Caden.
Straight A's.
That's huge.
We love you. Keep up the good work. Your dad's very proud of you. You guys are a great family. Shout out to Nicole and Steven, who are bonus landers, and they just celebrated their anniversary last week. You guys are great. Happy 38th birthday to Elena this Saturday. Happy birthday to Base Latin on IG.
Our boy.
Our boy. A lot of our clips we find from Base Latin. He's a great Instagram account. We love him a lot. We got a weird furry shout out.
Snarf. Me and my friend had cabicho in the cabana. It was after tennis.
That was a little weird.
Okay, don't do that again.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
And that's it. Those are our shout outs.
Furry? Is that legitimate furry?
That was a real furry.
Okay. Calm down. Repent.
Yeah, that was a little much.
Okay.
But I guess it's okay.
We appreciate the support anyway.
Also, I almost forgot. On December 2nd, there is an event in Arizona, the Briar Patch Marketplace. It's in Phoenix, Arizona at Paradise Valley High School. It's tomorrow on Saturday, December 2nd. Keep an eye out for Hannah. Hannah made us the Broccoli Rob pictures. And she's a local artist in that area. So they have this event. It's like a bazaar, like a farmer's market type of thing with a bunch of different booths. So make sure you guys find Hannah. Her booth is the H.M. Danielson booth. She's an artist. She made Broccoli Rob pics that time, and she's giving out free Broccoli Rob stickers. So she has a bunch of stickers. If you guys go find her, she will give you free Rob shit.
Okay.
So that's great. It's in Arizona, Paradise Valley High School tomorrow, Briar Patch Marketplace, Arizona. Rise up. Go get your free Rob stickers. All right, moving on. And then also, don't forget, we do our small business shout-outs on Fridays, but because we did the doppels and shout-outs at the end of the episode, we're going to push that to next Friday. We'll pick that back up on Friday. That is the end of the Epi. Hey. It was a good one. Was it one of our best, like I promised?
I don't know.
I think so.
Let the audience decide.
I liked it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you join Bonusland. If you're watching at this point, you'd probably love Bonusland. FleccasTalks.com is the website. We have a 30-minute Bonusland dropping right now. If not, we'll see you on Friday. Thank you, or Tuesday. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you at the next one.
Breonna Taylor.
HICKLMNOP HQES.